Hello guys, welcome to Data Warriors channel. In this session, we are going to discuss about breaking the SQL statement into multiple lines. So, why we are going to break SQL statement into multiple lines? So, what is the purpose of that? We can break a lengthy or long SQL statements into multiple lines. Okay, so the SQL statement which are going to be complex or like lengthy, or maybe we can call it as a long. Those we are going to uh, break into the multiple lines for better understanding, for our better understanding, and to make it more readable. Okay, and then how we will do that, we will see that with help of one practical example, how to break the lengthy SQL statement into multiple lines for the more readability. Let me switch to W3 School Web Editor. Okay, so first I will read all records from the customers table, guys. So this is a query. Select star from customers. Okay, after that, there are total 91 records in the customer table, and these are the field. So this star, what it is doing, it is reading all fields from the customers table. So instead of that, if I want to read only specific columns. So I want to read this customer ID, customer name, and then country and city. This four field I want. So how? Select customer ID, then customer name I want, customer ID, customer name. After that, city column we want, is city column, and then country column we want. Ah, so select customer ID, customer name, city, country, from which table? Customers table. We will read. Okay. So after, we are reading data from customers table for these particular fields, and then we have to. I want to filter out data. If I want to filter out the data based on the customer ID field, means I want to read the customer details whose customer ID is greater than 30. So how we will add? Where clause we have to use? Where customer ID greater than 30. Okay, now what will happen, we will get data based on this query. We will get data of this customers tables for this field whose customer ID is greater than 30. Okay, and again one more thing I am saying, this data whichever will come as part of this result and this filtration, I want to order by or sort the data based on the customer ID in the descending form. So I will write order by clause to sort the data on basis of which column I want to arrange this data, result data of this query in the base on the basis of customer ID in the descending form. So order by column name will be customer ID, the descending form. Order by customer ID descending form, and then finally I'm reading data of all data of customers whose customer ID is greater than 30, and for these all fields, this four field I am reading, and then I am sorting the result data based on the customer ID field in the descending form. And then one more thing I want, whatever number of rows will come in the result, that I only want 30 rows on particular page. So limit keyword we have to use, which we recently studied as part of our previous tutorials. So limit, and the number of rows we will mention 30 I want. Okay, so this is our query. So now if you can see in this query we are using where clause, order by clause, then limit keyword. Okay, this query is going to be a long query, right? So if we want to easily understand this query and make this query more readable, so how we can do that? We can break this one query into multiple lines. Like after select, this from clause is there. So this whatever is there in the after from clause, we can enter it into the next line. Okay, and then after from which clause is there, where we can add those in the next line, and then after where one order by clause is there, so we can break line from order by clause. Okay, and then finally limit is there. After article we can break that statement from the limit. Okay, so finally, 1 2 3 4 5 lines of code is there for same query, and then we are adding semicolon at the last. So SQL editor will be able to understand this is the last clause of this query. So SQL editor will treat this whole thing as a single query, and now it is more readable, guys, right? Earlier we are not able to like read it, or maybe that is not a good. Okay, so here we'll be easily able to understand that. Select column names. So these are the columns we are going to read, and then from class is there, from which table we are reading data, customers table, and then we are filtering data basis of this where class. So what is the where condition? We are filtering the data of the customers table whose customer ID is greater than 30, and then order by clause is there. So we are sorting the result data based on customer ID in the descending form, and then finally limit keyword is there. So we are limiting our result to the 30 rows. Let me execute this, then we will get the result. Yes, query is successfully running, and then we are getting customers data for these four field: customer ID, customer name, city, country, and then customer ID will be greater than 30, and only 30 records we are getting because we have used limit. Okay, customer ID, see in the descending form 91, 90, 30 customer IDs will be there. So this way we can easily break our SQL statements from each clause and make it more readable, guys. This is the practical example we tried as part of our today's session. So thank you, guys. We will see you in the next session.